You know, it's one thing to read rumors and reports that the Eagles could be interested in Saquon Barkley. It's a whole new ballgame when Philadelphia ponies up a massive bag of cash to steal the Giants running back, put together an Avengers-level offense that's going to strike fear in every single NFC team in the entire NFL. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. The big shocker the first couple hours of the NFL free agency wasn't the fact that the Eagles signed their division rival's former number 2 overall pick at running back. The biggest surprise in free agency so far is that the Eagles GM, Howie Roseman, gave any running back a 3-year, $37.75 million deal with $26 million guaranteed at signing for an average year per salary of $15.83 million. This isn't a typical Eagles move. The same Eagles team that just hours earlier refused to pay 1,000-yard back AndreSwift $24 million over 3 years, forcing the now ex-Eagle to go to the Chicago Bears. And now with the dust settling on a wild first couple hours of NFL free agency, we're all left sitting back and wondering, how did this happen? Why did Saquon want to come to Philly? And just how good can this offense be? Now, clearly, Howie Roseman had a plan, and Saquon Barkley was very clearly a part of that plan all along. Like, gone are the days when running backs hold little value both in the NFL and especially in Philadelphia. But I think I know the exact moment that the light switched on at Howie Roseman's head. It was week 13 of this past season when the 10-1 Philadelphia Eagles team that was flying high faced their bitter conference rivals, the San Francisco 49ers, in Philadelphia and got absolutely obliterated behind Christian McCaffrey's 93 yards rushing on 16 carries and 1 touchdown compared to AndreSwift's 6 carries for 13 yards. McCaffrey's trade in 2022 was at the time viewed as a gross overpayment of a former first-round star running back who had been plagued by injuries throughout his time in Carolina. But fast forward the past 2 seasons in the Bay Area, and McCaffrey, he's turned into a touchdown machine, become the centerpiece of an offense that very few teams have been able to stop. And while Philadelphia's offense the past 2 seasons hasn't been bad, they've had 2 really good receivers that have shredded the entire league, a good offensive line, and their running games have been pretty good. I mean, Miles Sanders was great in 2022, and then you go to AndreSwift, 1,000-yard back this past year. They clearly didn't need another offensive weapon, another Ferrari in the garage, but Howie, I think, thought, yes, they actually do. Now again, AndreSwift was good, but did teams really respect the Eagles' rushing attack much last year? Injured Jalen Hurts, AndreSwift, Kenny Gainwell? I'd argue no. Saquon joining the Birds now creates a unit with 2 top 10 wide receivers, maybe a top 3 wide receiver in A.J. Brown, the best offensive line in football, a quarterback 1 season removed from almost winning MVP and a Super Bowl, and now a running back with star pedigree that could strike fear into every single defense the Birds plays. Quickly though, if you haven't subbed to this channel, you gotta hit that red button. We had 3,800 people, the most watched Eagles live show while the Saquon Barkley news was dropping. On our notification bell, make sure you're ready because we're going to be first and ready to go for any new move that happens, whether it's a couple of minutes from now, tonight, tomorrow, later on this week. The Eagles will make more moves, and this is your one-stop shop for everything happening with them. And for the Barkley isn't really good crowd in the comments section, you got to remember, Saquon ran behind the 3rd worst run-blocking offensive line in the entire National Football League this past year versus the Eagles having the 3rd best run-blocking offensive line this past season. Oh, and he chose the Eagles over the Texans and Bears, who both had more cap space and reportedly did offer more money. And for the injury concern part of it, he's played in 45 of 52 games over the last 3 seasons. So any injury concerns, I mean, come on, can't be that big of a deal for us right now. Anyone can get injured at any time, but Saquon has proven to be very much available the past 3 seasons. Pair all of that with new offensive coordinator Kellen Moore coming in, who's hopefully providing the offense that isn't as vanilla as a tub of briars, and Barkley should be used under center. He should be in read options, RPOs, and especially out of the backfield, something that AndreSwift, catching the ball, really wasn't asked to do this past year. And Saquon, for his point, already took to Twitter and threw out a couple of eagle emojis to show how excited he is to come back to what is essentially, he went to Penn State, his hometown. We haven't heard from Barkley just yet in terms of on camera, but he told Kay Adams about a month ago it's going to be pretty weird to be in a different uniform.
Can you picture life outside of that locker room? I don't know.
It definitely would be, it'll be weird. It'll be weird, but it depends how you look at it. I came in with Penn State. I think I am the only one of my teammates from Penn State. I think Kabinda. I think Kabinda still with Detroit the whole time. That's been with the team for six years. All my guys, like some of my best friends, like I see them pick up and move and go to this spot or play for a different team. And, if they're able to handle that adversity, I think I'll be okay.
Now, if you're still on the edge about getting Saquon because he's too expensive or the injury concerns, that's fine. I get that. But how about we at least bask in the fact that Giants fans all over social media are going absolutely nuts right now? Look at some of these comment sections, some of these tweets, some of these Facebook, Reddit posts. They are having an absolutely massive breakdown. And they're going to get Devin Singletary now to replace Saquon Barkley. Jeez, imagine being a Giants fan. Oh, and also former Giants running back Tiki Barber. He seems to be coping just fine with his buddies over there at WFAN.
Okay, here it is from Schefter. Saquon Barkley and the Eagles have a 3-year, $37.75 million contract.
Dead to us now.
Yeah, say it.
He's dead to us.
Because he won't say it.
You're dead to us, Saquon.
He's long dead to me. Enjoy. By the way, Philly, enjoy the 9 games he'll play next year.
You wanted him back a week ago. Now you're mocking he's only going to play 9 games?
9 games next year. Enjoy, Philly.
Devon Achan.
Also, how about known Eagle hater Chris Sims, former Giant, about admitting that Saquon to the Eagles, damn, the Eagles are going to be scary. He'll have much more space to operate than they did the last few years. Throw in 2 wide receivers and an O-line, that'd still be good. Damn, expecting big things with him in Philadelphia. Now listen, time will tell. I mean, if this move actually pays off or if it doesn't, but clearly Philadelphia wanted Saquon and believe he's worth $15+ million a year. And obviously Saquon wanted to come to Philadelphia and have an offense that includes an incredible passing attack, an elite running back, and a quarterback who can get back into MVP form and take Philadelphia from a team that was 10-1 at one point pre-collapse this past season to maybe the best offensive roster in the entire league. Of course, for all my Eagle fans in the comment section saying, Thomas, the defense, what happened about the defense? Okay, I mean, as of filming this show right now, the Eagles have signed someone on defense, and it was, I mean, come on, maybe the best pass rusher, considered one of the top pass rushers in free agency, Bryce Huff, to a 3-year deal worth around $17 million. Now, Huff, again, was widely considered one of the better pass rushers, mainly due to the fact that he's 25 years old and had double-digit sacks with the Jets in 2023. Now, again, at the time of filming this, the Eagles lose out on Xavier McKinney. More on that coming up a little bit later on. And right now, they haven't traded Josh Sweat or Hassan Reddick. I expect that to change. Stay tuned. Hit the sub button, notification bell, for we'll be up to date when that happens. But as of right now, that's their one move, is getting Bryce Huff. And if you don't know anything about Huff, the one big thing for me is the production was Hassan Reddick-like, at least this past year, and he's in a 5-year younger body. I mean, he's 5 years younger than Hassan Reddick and went for about $17 million a year in Philly. That's $8 million left in the reported $25 that Hassan Reddick had wanted all offseason long. Pair that with sky expectations for year 2 Jalen Carter, potential of Nolan Smith, and probably a yet-to-be-named defensive line draft pick, because Howie's obviously going to do that. I think the Eagle defensive line, it's not that much worse than it was last year. I don't know if it's better, but it's going to be a lot of the same, and the same is still pretty good. Now, I'd love to read your comments. I'm going to read every single one. I know it's a crazy day for Eagle fans, but can we just sit back and at least acknowledge the fact that the Eagles did something today? The Eagles are going for something. The Eagles are not in a rebuild year after the epic collapse from the 10-1 season. They're going after it. Now, whether Saquon Barkley pans out or Bryce Huff pans out or a soon-to-be-named safety I expect them to sign pans out, I don't know. You could be the Dallas Cowboys so far, who have done nothing in free agency. You could be the Giants, who are just losing people. You could be the Commanders, who need the number 2 overall draft pick to take a quarterback because they have literally nobody at quarterback. It could be a lot worse than what the Eagles are at right now, and we at least have some excitement from Saquon Barkley, and I'm pumped to see him in Eagles green. Now, again, I'll be live for any new Eagle move that happens anytime this week, so make sure you hit that sub button, notification bell. We had 3,800 people watching, the most fans of any Eagle show live on YouTube. We got the best coverage that's possible. Make sure you guys subscribe. Stay tuned. I'm Thomas Mott. What a crazy Monday. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.